Hello, and welcome to another season of WP Reflections, where in addition to being Pioneer alumni, our guests all share the distinction of being 50 under 50 honorees. Today I'm speaking with Adam Beater of the WP class of 1999, who currently serves as Vice President of Government Affairs for Hackensack Meridian Health, New Jersey's top-ranked hospital network. Welcome back to campus, Adam.
Thank you. It's fantastic to be here with you, Rich.
Excellent. How long has it been since you've been on campus? Well, not too long ago,
Not
right?
too long, only a few months.
Okay.
But there was a gap there for several years, so I'm so grateful for you and your team getting me back involved in William Patterson.
Great. Well, we're happy to have you back. So let's start with your journey to William Patterson. So where did you come to WP from, and what made you choose William Patterson?
So I'm a born and bred Jersey boy, grew up in Somerset County. I chose William Patterson because at the time I was coming in as a music major, and the music program here is, of course, top-notch.
It is. And so now let's talk about your William Patterson student experience. Is there really a defining memory of your time on campus?
So many. But I think the one that comes to mind the most is one of the first things I did when I came to campus was I joined a club. In that point, it was the Music Industry Students Association. And we got to put together a number of different events here on campus. And in the year I was president of that club, we had an artist called Henry Rollins who did a spoken word event here on campus. That was, for me, one of the greatest learning experiences of my life. So I'll remember that until I die.
Well, you're a living example of what we tell students at orientation and at Welcome Day: to get involved, join a club. It's a great way to meet people. You develop your friends and your support network. But one of my mantras that I share with students is that it is people who really make a difference in your life and in your career. So to meet and connect with students, and lots of them. So was there someone in particular at William Patterson who strongly impacted your college career?
Again, there were several, but the first name that comes to mind is actually one of your predecessors, Arnold Spirit, who was the president of the university when I was a student here. As I mentioned, I came in as a music major,
right,
and quickly got involved in clubs and student government. So I followed the plan, which I think every student should get involved. I came in as a music major, but I confess, probably the worst guitar player in the music program here at William Patterson. So as I was finding myself, I got introduced to your predecessor, President Spirit, and he took a real interest in me as a student, encouraged me to get through some of the hard times as I was finding myself, and actually helped me get my first job when I graduated here. So he's a big piece in my sort of origin story, and helped me get to where I am here today.
Well, what was the first job?
So there was a lobbying firm that represented William Patterson in Trenton, and he made an introduction for me.
So there you go. So a theater major becomes a university president, a music major becomes a government relations person, right? It really is sort of the power of education. So, you know, in addition to having a PhD in theater, I started life as a professional ballet dancer. And I love that your journey to healthcare, executive leadership, begins with all things music. And, you know, you just never know how that skill set is going to translate into a different career or a different form. So you said you were the world's worst guitar player, but if you were to tell students...
At least the music program here is worst guitar.
All right, there, okay. Which there's some really fabulous musicians in that program. So if you were to talk to students about transferable skills that you sort of feel that you learned in music and moved into government relations, what are some of those that you would talk about?
Well, I think the first one is performance, and I got all the performance anxiety out of me as a 20-something. So I'm very comfortable in a boardroom. I enjoy things like being on camera. And it has really helped as I watch colleagues get very nervous testifying in front of legislative committees. To me, it's the highlight of my day. And so I think that was a big one.
Yeah, I get it. I used to teach in acting for education majors back in the day in terms of easing their tension around being in front of a class. So you're a senior executive with the #1 hospital network, which also employs a lot of WP nurses, which we're grateful for that, so thank you. In one of the leading states in healthcare, New Jersey is known nationwide for its strong healthcare. You're also an alum of the leading producer of nurses on the single campus, of any single campus in New Jersey. So what does the future look like in terms of career opportunities in the healthcare industry?
Well, I tell you, if I were a young person and trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, healthcare would be a great option right now. We are at a point in history where the baby boomer population, the largest generation of Americans, the largest generation in the history of America, are starting to retire. And as they age, they're using more and more healthcare. So the demand for healthcare is going up and will go up for probably at least the next 20 years. At the same time, baby boomer nurses and doctors and other allied health professionals are also retiring. So it's creating great opportunities for young people to go into healthcare, which are great jobs, well-paying jobs, great quality of life. So I think the future is very bright for William Patterson nursing students.
Great. Well, and I also try to remind students that it's not just about nurses. I mean, there's IT folks, there's public health folks, there's social workers. There's a lot more in sort of the healthcare industry other than nurses, but we're happy that we're the largest producer of nurses. And actually, our next strategic plan, we're talking about how can we really strengthen the allied and behavioral health portfolio to sort of match those labor force needs that you were talking about going forward. So now, as you know, we always close these with the lightning round. So I'm in my 8th year as the 8th president. So we're going to have 8 questions. So
All right.
You ready?
I am.
Okay, great. What would the title of your autobiography be?
I've been making notes to write a book for years, but I've never thought about the title until just now. I'll have to get back to you, but when I do, I'll bring you a draft of the book and we can talk about it.
That's a government relations autobiography title. I'll get back to you. It's a great one. What was your go-to meal as a student?
There was a Taco Bell cart on campus back then, so probably Taco Bell chicken soft tacos.
There's a Taco Bell on the corner now, right down off of Exit 4. So we see students going there all the time. What's your favorite study spot?
It was at the time we called it the lawn, right in front of the student center. Just finding myself a nice shady tree and sitting down outside and studying.
You're naming a new pet, William or Patterson?
Patterson.
You're buying a new sweater, orange or black?
Black.
What was your toughest class at William Patterson?
Physics.
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 What's your favorite piece of William Patterson branded gear?
I have a William Patterson reusable shopping bag that I use every weekend when I go shopping.
Excellent. And finally, in one sentence or less, what's the single best piece of advice you would give to today's students, no matter their major?
I think we covered it, but it's get involved. If you're only going to class and doing your classwork, you're only experiencing half of the college experience.
Adam, I always say that I'm always thrilled when a student comes in thinking they want to be one thing, but through the power of education really finds their bliss. To me, that's really transformational education, right? And you are certainly a living example of that, and we thank you for everything you do on behalf of the university, and certainly everything you do on behalf of healthcare in the great state of New Jersey. And we look forward to sending you more nurses. We're turning them out as fast as we can, but we thank you for your support, and we thank you for being here today.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for having me back to campus.
Absolutely.